Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. This morning, I'd like to capture my thoughts with a very funny one. Blind defense lawyers. Blind defense lawyers. Imagine, you're going to court and then your defense lawyer can't read. He can't write. Well, that would be a very terrifying incident. And I'm sure if you go to approach such a lawyer, you might, unless his brilliance, the noise of his brilliance precedes him, you might think twice about it. But here's the interesting thing for me. You remember the story of the blind man that Jesus healed. And after Jesus had healed him, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, you see, the side you see and the far I see people, Pharisees and Sadducees, that's just for laughter, come over to the blind man and say, now that man, what he was doing, he didn't do it from God. It was not of God. And so you have to denounce him. And then the blind man raised up a spirited defense. And the defense of the blind man was hanging in 3 days. First of all was his yesterday. First of all was the blind man's reference to yesterday. He said, listen, I once was blind. So that was his yesterday. He said, listen, I am coming from a place. I have been through some things yesterday. I have been through tears. I've been through pain. I've been through adversity. I've been through shame. I'm a blind man. I was begging. Yesterday, my yesterday wasn't the best. So that blind man stood in 3 days. He said, I refer to my yesterday. I once was blind. He referred to his yesterday. I'm coming from somewhere. I'm not just an apparition. That just happened. Something. I'm coming from somewhere. I have a yesterday. I have a history. And my yesterday's history was not the best. Something was not right. Something didn't pan out right. I was a failure or something. Something didn't just add up. Something made me eat the bread of shame. Yesterday. Then he said, but today, I can see. So the blind man's defense for Jesus, the spirited defense of the blind man was that, where were you when I was yesterday? Did you know where I'm coming from? I once was blind. But he said, but now. So he's standing in his day, looked at his yesterday, see how far he had come. See his progression. I progressed from blindness to sight. I progressed from loss to profit. I progressed from shame to success. I progressed from somewhere. I'm coming from somewhere. And my yesterday wasn't the best. But today, and he said, listen, somebody did something for me. He brought me out of my dark night of yesterday. He brought me out of my pain of yesterday. He brought me out of this thing. I know the man I met. Yeah, look here. Today, I'm a different person. And as a result of that, he looked at his past, and then stood in his presence and said, I will defend him tomorrow. And began to defend Jesus. He said, listen, I once was blind, but now I see. And this man is not a demon. This man is not a bad man. This man is not who you say he is. Because look at what. Is it possible that sometimes there are people who might have who God might have used to transform our bad yesterdays into very pleasant todays, our painful yesterdays into pleasant todays. And those people, now all of a sudden, people come telling us they are bad people. And sometimes we'll be running away from, like Peter. Peter's yesterday was a yesterday of failure. But he was standing in his today when people said, do you know the man? He said, I don't know him. He denounced Jesus, not because of anything, but he denounced Jesus because of fear. Blind man defense lawyers. Sometimes we need blind people to defend us. We need people who would recognize what we have been to them before and not add to the cacophony of accusation that goes around, and not add to the noise of condemnation that goes around, and not add to all the arrows and darts of wicked tongues The blind man said, I once was blind, but now I see. I think maybe we need blind defense lawyers. They might speak better for us than people who forget what has been done for them. Blind defense lawyers. Well, it's your choice. See you later.